Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis on server 68. So about a month ago, Evony made an update to the game regarding gold, and it made getting gold easier. They also released some debuff skill books. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's first go through the gold. A couple subscribers were commenting, messaging me, telling me just how good gold is now, both with levies and in the sub-cities. So let's take a look at it. First, if you're going to do gold with levies, make sure that you do increase the where is it here? There is a science for levying, and seem to be missing it at some point here, but I do believe it's in the advanced section. I know that I have it max right here, coinage. So 100% it'll increase. So basically what that means is if you go into your levy and if you have 95%, 95,000, you're going to get the exact same thing on the other side. Now, you could do gems levy. So, you know, if you want to spend 2,400, you'd get 7,500 gold almost. And that's pretty good price for that few gems. Now, if you go up higher in keep level, so for example, I know that I'm in Baby Genghis's account right now. A 17-month-old has graciously allowed me to use her iPad and access this. But if I go on to my own, mine says 125,000 plus 125,000. So that would actually be 250,000 gems per levy. And that's not the best part of this. Let's go into the sub-cities. So are these generals like Charles Martel and Abraham Lincoln, are they great again because they give gold production? So let's take a look at these cities. And one of the important things is make sure that you are on economy oriented. Look at this. So 3,100 gold plus, so it's up 182%, right? So now let's play around a little bit. Let's change this to war oriented, and it goes down 500 down to 2,700. So you can get, by that math, 500 times 24 hours in a day. You're going to get about 12,000 gold extra a day just by changing the setting. And that might not sound like much, 12,000 gold in 24 hours, but if you have 9 sub-cities and you are doing that, that is going to be, you know, about 100,000 per day. And if you do that per month, you're looking at 30 million, I think the math is there. But that's not all you can do. So we're back up to almost 3,200. Let's look at the mayors. So Abraham Lincoln has a 75% gold. Let's put someone on who has no gold, and it drops down to 2,200. So another 5, that's 1,000 difference, right? So let's make this down to war oriented again. And now we're down to 1,800. So you almost doubled the gold production in a city. And if you add that to every single city using a gold buff general, so look at this one, it's at 2,900. This one's at 2,600, and you could cultivate the generals and make them produce gold better as well. So if we look at these generals, let's look at Charles Martel is not that one, but right. If we look at the politics, subordinate city gold production 46%, and we could just keep adding to that. 46.8. 46.8 looks like it's kind of at the level where 46.8 looks like the gold is difficult to cultivate at any level. So right there, 47.2 for gold. Anyways, you get the point. You can also put on refines on the rings and make gold getting much easier. But let's look at the math here. So let's just pretend we're getting 3,000 per city, because that's what I was getting when Abraham Lincoln was on the main city. So 3,000 times 24 hours in a day That's 72,000. And then pretend you have 9 subsidies. That's 648,000 in a day. So you're going to be getting upwards of 25 million extra gold in a month. Or, well, there, that says 19.4. But we certainly can do better on those politics and add a much better general. Actually, let's look at what one of these higher generals would be doing. So down here, you're at 64% more gold production. So it's definitely something you can do to be increasing your gold. It's definitely worth looking into if you want to increase your gold production, because the gold struggle is real at the high levels. Once you really start making T14s and T15s and you're trying to do the military academy, every little bit helps. So if you can add to yourself 30, 40, 50 million extra gold a month, that is nothing to sneeze about. And it's really just as simple as clicking over and changing the generals. But it actually could be value in getting some of those purple generals, because there are some purple generals that do produce gold up to, I believe, 75%, the exact same as what we just saw with Charles Martel. Or you could just use some of your generals you're not using right now and put the gold skill book on them. Speaking of skill books, speaking of unfair, Evony, again, shame on you. One of my subscribers is playing against this in SVS this weekend. They took a look at the enemy general list, and what did they see? DEBUFF skill books. And their server, of course, has no access to this. This is a Continent 4 server. Again, Evony playing favorites. A few months ago, there was extra resources from gathering spots on Queen Jindiox on new servers. Completely unfair. They're giving access to all sorts of new things to new servers, and it's just not fair. For example, the packs that new servers purchase are always better. And then people complain, and then Evony evens it out, but then they give new stuff to new servers, which is the same as new packs. They give generals for the cost of gems, where they give the gems back if you buy it. But, of course, you have to buy the gems first to have the gems to buy it. But that's basically like giving a free general in a pack that the people buy. And resources and different events and different things like that. But imagine this. You're going for Wonder 3 and you're playing against another server that has this. Or you're going for Wonder 1 in SVS. Or you're just trying to get some rewards. And you don't know. You have no idea what the enemy has for skill books. And then, who knows, maybe you finish 110th, 101st, and you miss out on Wonder 3. And then it turns out that someone you were playing against had this book. Maybe they had 9 of these books, and it was on every single subgen. And you're like, man, why are their debuffs so good? I don't get it. And this is why. Imagine you could put all these debuff skill books on your subgens. Evony doesn't tell us anything. And we just find this stuff out by mistake. About half a year ago, there was the rumor of assistant generals. And people found out about it because they were playing against people in Battlefield that were hitting them with assistant generals. When you have cross-server contact between two alliances, this is what makes things unfair. If you only played your server forever, this would be fine. Your server has it or doesn't have it, it makes no difference to you. But when you're playing for rewards in the game that you spend lots of money on, this is just obscene what Evony is doing. Now, this just gives all the more reason to not coin anymore. I am still holding strong, 0 on my cake, not spending at all this event. And that's that. And this is, again, another reason why. Because I don't think Evony cares about us. Evony they're just experimenting as they go. If you asked players, do you want debuff skill books? Probably almost everybody would say yeah. But you know what nobody would say yes to? Do you want random servers to have better skill books than you? Do you want random people to have debuff skill books? Just a lottery to see who gets it? Well, not quite a lottery, because it's just new servers that get it. Get them hooked on the game, give them all sorts of awesome stuff, let them compete against old servers, and hey, maybe they'll start spending. So that's Evony's game plan, but I think that they don't consider the backfire part, where people will be upset. I'm very upset about seeing this, and I hope that I never play someone who has extra debuffs like this, but we probably will, and we probably won't even know. We'll just be like, wow, that guy can debuff ground troop attack by 1200%. He's amazing. How's he doing that? Anyways, let me know anything else you guys see. Have you come across this? Look at your opposing generals in SVS. See if you could see this on some other players. Again, guess server 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.